Before we begin today's episode, we would like to share a quick disclaimer. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the hosts and guests on this podcast are their own personal views and are provided in their own capacity. All content is editorial, opinion-based, and intended for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
It sounded like you said meth feet.
I mean, that too.
Two things that I try not to think about:
Meth and
math
feet.
and meth.
Math and
Right,
meth or
meth and
feet.
feet.
Just never mind. Let's just.
All of it.
Anywho, let's just keep on keeping on, maybe.
Yeah. How you doing?
Well,
It's a loaded question, huh?
yeah. How are you? Well,
Yeah. Again, it's a loaded question. Nah,
yeah,
I'm all right.
So how
I'm
about let's just
topside.
stop asking each other how we're doing, because we both know how each other is doing. So it's either we're just gonna
Yeah.
lie to each other, or we might as well just, But then it's also stupid. It goes, "Hey, how's everybody out there doing?" Because they can't talk to us. I mean, they can in the
Right.
comments. How you doing? Let us
Yeah.
know in the comments. Send a courier pigeon.
I would prefer a Hogwarts owl, but
No, man. See, they're fucking huge. Fucking huge, man. You see those things? I see one of those goddamn things in real life. I'm shitting my pants first, then freaking the hell out. Oh, wait. It's ye old-timey magical male creature.
yeah.
These things are fucking scary. They're beautiful.
So,
They're scary.
what have you been? I've been doing some deep dives into things. Have you been doing any deep dives into any weird shit?
Oh, can we just name this episode "Loaded Questions"?
Yeah.
Okay, so like because I want to, or because my HD cables just pull me down into that rabbit hole of deep dive.
Either or.
I'll say yeah.
I'll just get this out of. I've been glued to this murder trial.
Oh God, this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been glued to that.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I do like seeing is, I swear, and there's actually a documentary, I don't know if you've ever seen it, called Don't Fuck with Cats,
Mm-hmm.
where the internet basically solved this murder. Like, somebody saw somebody do something horrific to some kittens, and then like kept following the breadcrumbs, and it turned into like this guy was a serial killer. And
Okay.
it's just as how like the internet came together and solved this crime.
Okay. Nice.
I feel like I'm watching this in real time. The internet come together and solve this
And
case.
solve this thing.
Yeah. It is something to behold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking nice.
like, yeah. The other thing that I've been, I guess, doing a deep, and it's not really like, I don't know, a deep dive, but it is becoming my, I guess, zone out thing to do is, it sounds so stupid to say this, but like, I'm really getting into like building ridiculous shit in Minecraft.
Don't be ashamed of that, girl. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's there. You can like when the creators of Minecraft hear this, they're going to rejoice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just,
That's what it's there for.
and not only
It's
that, but
an
like
escape.
I have been able to connect with my niece and nephew. Like, they're getting into it, particularly my nephew.
I
And
love that.
so like I'm able to get online and play with them, and he's all about like wanting to play like hardcore,
Oh Jesus.
not creative and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's really fun to just be able to, I don't know, connect with them and play with them. But yeah, but then I'll switch over to stuff that I'm working on, and like I have like this whole fucking village laid out, and yeah, like
Is this still
yeah,
all on the server
it's
that I
just
haven't been
become
on
a
in
whole thing.
months?
Um, no,
Okay.
I still have the one that you haven't been on in months.
Yeah.
I go into that every now and then and kind of like dick around in there, but no, I have to show you. Like, I'm pretty proud of a couple things that I've built. Some just ridiculous stuff, some pretty stuff, and
Some
yeah,
pretty ridiculous stuff.
some pretty ridiculous stuff. But yeah,
That's what Minecraft is there
yeah.
for.
I still can't wrap my head around where people make all of this automation stuff, like the
Oh, with like the
farms and
red, yeah,
the
with the
red
farms and shit.
dust
Oh.
and the like doing like all of that. I'm
I
still
can
not.
show you the world. Redstone farming and spawn traps. Oh, that's the shit.
So
See, that's
yeah,
the thing
I
I
just
get
like
into. I don't have like any type of like a legitimate like you've probably seen my 17 houses on our realm because I just kind of get bored and move to the next one. So
yeah.
I'll build this structure. I'll make whatever the hell it is. But then you go in and it's fuck empty. I won't furnish shit. It will look like every like guy who first started living by himself like apartment. Like the TV is on the
It does.
floor.
It totally
The TV
does.
is on the floor. There's a cinder block that's my chair. I have one spoon. What that's it. But then like you go and I have all sorts of fucking rail systems coming from my place. I have all sorts of mines and all the different like I have all the cooking setups. I have that bamboo farm. I have the wool farm. There's the sugarcane farm. There is the
Yeah.
massive just pumpkin farm that I had in that other server. So it's but meanwhile I don't have a toaster. I don't have a bed. But I have
Yeah.
everything we need. I love
And
that
I'm
shit.
like over here, like I can't do anything else until I have like at least a base that's functional and is pretty and you know I don't know. I just really enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
it's how I escape. I've
Hmm.
been escaping, just kind of like zoning out. If I can't sleep, I'll go and just fuck around until I go to sleep.
That's what I love about that
Yeah.
game. It's the very first, at least to my knowledge, it is one of the very, very first games where, even on survival mode, when they first started, when the game first came out, and there was a survival mode, and yes, there was the zombies and the mobs and the creepers and all that kind of fun stuff. It was still manageable. You could still do it on just like, what was like on easy to where like they wouldn't spawn, they wouldn't attack you. So before they did like the creative mode, before they went in depth with the creative mode, it was the first game where
Mhm.
the main brick and mortar meat and potatoes object of the game was to create and have fun and imagination and just build. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, video games are fantastic, but most of your games, a good majority of the games, are destruction and yeah, there's all your shoot 'em ups, even a lot of your adventure games and your puzzle games like Uncharted, which I love so much. They're the closest thing you can get to an Indiana Jones game, but they're still like, yeah, you're a treasure hunter, you're a Tomb Raider, and like there's other ones. So yeah, there is shooting and violence, whatever. There's a lot of puzzles, but still. So the fact that the big basis of this game was just your imagination and to have
Mhm.
fun like that, I think was it will go down in history as one it is a milestone, massive, important video game that completely flipped the franchise for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
And
franchise, industry.
you have to log in cuz now they have the dappled forest now
Hmm.
and like it's fall all year round.
I know, I love it. It's they do a some of the different like then they started doing all the mashups, things like that. So now you can make everything look. Of course, I have the Halo one and the Skyrim one and the Halloween one where it changes the. I forget what it's called. Like the colors of everything change and the way everything looks. They have
Yeah.
this one that is. I love my best friend Nick found it, and during the lockdown, every now and then we would our group of miscreants playing our games. we would go through our couple of weeks of Call of Duty, and then we would spend like a lot of time in Minecraft, and we would just start a village in Minecraft, and then would just go. I mean, for hours, hours, hours a day, about 10, 12 hours a day, we were putting into that, and just joking around, hanging out, having a good time. Well, he found this one of those packs called Chroma Hills. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's still pixelaty like Minecraft because it is, but just everything looks a bit more real and refined. Like the axe actually looks like an axe. It's not like weird squares that in a triangle on a stick form. Like,
Okay.
it's gorgeous because I saw how the wheat grew, like how it looked, like the color of that looked, and it's just it's something very peaceful about it. I scythed out a massive flat area to make just a wheat field, so that if I was having like a rough day, I would literally, it was just like the movie Gladiator, and I would just like walk through the field. Like it was so big that like it didn't generate all of it. Like I had to take a couple of steps, and it would still generate more wheat and more wheat and more wheat.
Oh my
I
God.
swear to God.
Wow.
It was peaceful though. I swear to God, it was peaceful. Anywho.
Yeah. I did find a mod that was a like Western mod,
Of course you did.
and my nephew just lost his mind. He was like, "This is like Red Dead," and I'm like, "Yeah, exactly."
You goddamn right it's like Red Dead. Nothing else is like it.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. Mark and I were talking. We were just shooting the shit about that yesterday, and it was like, it's like Beetlejuice. We said the name of that game more than 3 times. I gotta start it over.
Yeah.
I promptly went inside and started a new one.
Yeah, I need to do another playthrough of that. I know I've said it a million times, but I've started a new playthrough, and you get to the point where like you can buy a horse and cheese is just not there.
It's not. It ain't the same. It ain't never.
No.
God, for as sad as so much of that game is, nothing destroyed me more than that scene. On a biblical level.
Yeah.
I promise you, as sad as what happens after that, as sad as some of the other stuff that's in the game. I mean, there's some pretty heavy moments in that game.
Yeah.
Nothing hit me harder than that.
Yeah.
I could not. Oh my God. Even now, just thinking about it. Oh, Oklahoma, where those.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things like you know that things are coming to a conclusion, but I didn't expect that to happen. That specific event happened, and I was like, okay, you're already tearing my heart out, because by that point there is there is an end game to his time on this planet.
Yeah.
But not the horse. No. You just
God,
don't see it. It's so shocking.
Holy Christ.
So
Yeah.
I keep seeing these things where they say that the third one has entered into production.
It has.
Do you think that they're going to be able to like keep the magic of the second one, or
I want them to do exactly what they did with the second one, because everyone was worried about it with the first one, because like I said, you haven't played the first one. I did. From the get-go, I would rather play Red Dead Redemption. I would rather play the first Red Dead over GTA 5. I think it's, like I said, it's essentially, the game was pitched as Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West, and people thought it was stupid, but then it came out, and they were like, holy Grand Theft what? I don't care. Give me the horsey, give me the 6-shooters, give me the West. I'm fucking shit up. So, of course, I think that's what I love about Rockstar so much, is that they eventually kind of gave up on a lot of their other projects, and they just poured all their money into those 2 franchises.
Mm-hmm.
So they never seek out to try to make the same game again, or they're not intentionally looking to make the game better. They want to deliver the same feelings and expressions that they do from Grand Theft Auto 3 to Grand Theft Auto, to San Andreas to Vice City. They want to kind of keep those same feelings and that excitement that people have for it with new with new technology at their disposal. And that's exactly what they did
Yeah.
with Red Dead 2. They were able to do so much more with Red Dead 2 because technology, the gaming industry had made massive strides between when Red Dead 1 came out and when Red Dead 2 came out. So they were able to do the new, just the graphics alone, just how the game actually looks is it's insane. It's disgusting, like how different they are, and they only came out like a little over a decade apart from each other.
Do you think that they're going to go back in time or forward in time? Because I kind of think that they're going to go back in time, because where Red Dead 2 left off, they were going into like not that far off from almost like the industrial
Where Red Dead
era,
2 left off, I'm telling you, when you eventually get to it, because I'm pretty sure they're going to announce a remaster. I'm telling you, when you actually start Red Dead 1, you will see that they seamlessly, at the end of the epilogue, that you see at the end of the credits when you finish the epilogue for Red Dead 2, they seamlessly end it from Red Dead 2 to start up where Red Dead 1 starts. A perfect transition without missing a step. And kind of like how the Rocky movies, the first 3 minutes of the next Rocky movie is the last 3 minutes of the one before.
Yeah.
Literally like that. So, and without giving too much away, at the end of the first Red Dead game, it wouldn't make sense to do it that, because it was the end of the Wild West then. It ends, so Red Dead 1 ends, I want to say only a couple of years before. It's in the 1900s, it's in like 1909 or like 1910. It's right before World War One. There was no Wild West then. Everything was tamed and controlled, and civilization moved out there. So if you're going to keep that Western feel, it has to take place parallel with, or yet again, it's another prequel.
Yeah.
It is another
prequel
to it.
I think it would be fun to go back to when, like, maybe even Arthur's dad was in the gang, and or a young Arthur, like when he joins, and then it like ends, because I think they could tell a whole story about what happened in Blackwater. You
absolutely can. Of everything, you could tell you could tell a story just as long, if not longer, than you get the little snippets of here and there when Dutch and Hosea found Arthur. And then from Arthur there, just going through his time up with the gang, up until you meet up with them, and you hear exactly and everything about Blackwater. It could end with Blackwater. You could also do it just in the 1 year alone where John Marston wasn't with the gang. 1 year he left. You can absolutely do an entire game right there where either you play as John again, and what the hell was he doing during that entire time? Because he doesn't talk about it. Oh, I was over here doing this, I was over here doing that. He goes, he was gone, but now he's back. And Arthur's angry at him for it. You never know where he went, what he went doing.
Yeah,
and
true.
they don't say that, like, but at the same time, though, that he didn't go with, like, he didn't fall in with a different crowd. He didn't run with a different gang. He was just gone, and then he was back. That's the extent that you know.
Yeah. Or they could just completely, like, say that whole story is, put to rest.
Yeah.
And have, like, introduce you to a whole other host of characters, different time, different maybe place, maybe centered in California with the gold rush, and
there's a whole lot that can because it is tough, and it is one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. You now have the greatest game of all time and one of the greatest games of all time, very similar characters running parallel. So you do have diehard fans that are going to want those characters again, those people again. They're going to want even more. They will never end with the story. They don't care how much farther you keep going back. They're going to want those characters. But then also there's things like that. Was like you said, I feel that story is almost perfectly done. Like, the bow is on top. If you touch it, you ruin it. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. You can, what is it? You can oversalt the whatever the shit. Um, there's just enough question and like, oh, I wish they did more with it to keep that speculation, keep conversations going, but not enough to make an entire other game or spin off this or spin off that.
So, anything else going on that any
That I can talk about.
yeah, that you can talk about?
Let's see. Is there anything else going on? I don't know. Is this you poking the bear like you did in my live this morning, or
I don't know. I don't know. You are always going down some crazy ass fucking rabbit hole in, you know, like you found the Rubik's Cube guy that said that
I love
that's,
that
you know,
guy.
time travel with the Rubik's Cube and all that shit. So, like,
I
I'm
love
just
that guy.
wondering
Leave my Rubik's Cube guy alone. I don't
what
know who I like more, the Rubik's Cube
stupid
guy
shit.
or the fucking or the dragon kid, the dragon guy. I love those videos, man. Can't. No, I've been trying. You know what? I think it's probably a good thing I haven't been going down that many rabbit holes. I mean, it's just like my typical rabbit holes that like I can't stop watching conspiracy shows. I love them so much. Not because I'm a
Yeah.
crazy person with the tinfoil hat. Besides that one episode that we did, which is still gold.
Besides that one time.
Like I will always
Yeah,
say this: I am not a
conspiracies.
crazy conspiracy theory person. I am yet to see a show, or a movie, or a TikTok, or a reel, or whatever form of a conspiracy that has fundamentally changed my feelings or opinions on whatever it is. There's never, never. Like I haven't seen one episode about something about the moon landing that has changed my thoughts and feelings, or about JFK, or whatever the hell it is. Never to this day. But I always love to hear. I love stories. I love lore. I love people's points of view on something. The interpretation of one thing to somebody else, like how we can see the same exact event, but
Yeah.
what you're seeing and what you're feeling and what you're experiencing is completely different from me. And I love that. I love that about people. Like how insanely different we can be
Yeah.
fundamentally on the same subjects within reason.
True. Yeah.
So that's why I love these conspiracy shows. And then, but also, I will also admit, I love the fucking crackpot ones. I
I was
don't
gonna
really watch
say
like the
like the
serious ones.
I will like there are some I will never get flat Earth. I will never get on board with. Never get on board
There's a
with
couple of
flat
the
Earth.
crackpot ones that I will always say this one. There's even that I'll admit that sometimes watching some of them, even with the crackpot ones, there's always like a, oh, that's a decent argument. It's kind of hard to have a rebuttal for that. I will absolutely admit that. Sometimes there's a this or the other thing, like some of like the 9/11 ones, where I was like, do I think Bush was planned it and also that kind of fun stuff? Highly doubtful that they planned it and whatever. But I will say there are a couple of things that happened a couple of days before that seem suspicious.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but it's still that's still not enough for me to be like, oh yeah, no, the Bush administration, the CIA, absolutely did 9/11. No, absolutely not. Now, do I think he took that and he capitalized it and he fear mongered and warmongered? 1,000,000%. But I don't think they fucking planned it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm also more apt to believe that, much like with World War II and the attack on Pearl, I don't think FDR planned Pearl Harbor. I think he saw the signs and he knows he needed something like that to happen to galvanize the American people to get into World War II. So he kind of like just let it happen. He just kind of ignored some. I think both of them did that. They saw some signs, they knew something was going to happen, and they rightfully ignored it to give us the reason to do something. But I don't think they planned it. Anywho, I can
Yeah.
even find some type of information like that about like the lizard people and like pigeons not being real. Not birds, just pigeons. Pigeons aren't real
Yeah.
because they're spy drones and some other wackadoo shit, which I love. And like, oh, they're fun.
Have you ever watched the
Ow.
I had it in my head and it just flew right out of my head. Oh, here it is. It came back. Skinwalker Ranch. You ever watch that show?
You know, I haven't actually.
I will say there's some weird shit that goes on there. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I've become a little frustrated with the show because like they're always doing these experiments where they shoot a rocket up in, the air, and then it does something crazy and they have to get the data from it, or they're doing something with fucking drones and all that. But
Uh-huh.
like there is definitely something happening there. Like they've pretty much determined that where the mesa is on that property, there's a dome.
Mm-hmm.
And when they shoot something up in the middle of that dome, like when it gets to like a certain height, like it
Yeah.
just like you can tell like it hits something
Mm-hmm.
and then it does something weird. Or I think there's a ship or something in the mesa.
Mm.
It's so weird. There's
Yeah,
just
there's
so many, and every time they start digging, there's like stuff they pick up stuff in the sky, like some
mm-hmm.
kind of unexplained UFO or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting show to like the talking about like wormholes, and
Mm-hmm.
they have had for years, and especially like the indigenous people, they have always talked about seeing what like skinwalkers or
Yeah.
like dire wolves.
Mm-hmm.
They have found some bones, like, and it's not like these bones have been around for like years and thousands of years. They were on top of the ground, but they had the bones examined and they are direwolf bones.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's just there's just weird shit like that happening. That's I love delving into all that stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's like spooky ass shit. It's that
Yeah.
unknown, and you just have that natural thirst and hunger and want for more, to learning experiences, all this fun stuff. Whether it's weird or fucked up shit or not,
Yeah.
it's still learning more and figuring out more of something. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they said I haven't watched the last episode, but they now have the interest of the Pentagon.
Of course they do.
So whatever they oh, and also when they were digging into the mesa, they brought up a coin from I think it was like 1962, like way down in that mesa where like how does a coin get that far into this
Yeah, from the
rock?
60s, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting.
One of the other ones that I think is absolutely lunacy. Like, it's just, I'm curious of people's, I guess their proof, how they think, all this is a simulation, the Matrix, all that fun shit. What
Oh,
is
yeah,
your,
yeah, yeah.
I need to know what your genuine proof, because it creates a paradox within itself and it kind of starts to fold in, and it ends up being kind of the same
Yeah.
thing. Like, what's the name of the paradox about, like, like, can God create something so large that even God couldn't pick it up or move it? It creates its own paradox, because, like, if God was able to create a stone so large that even couldn't move it, then he's not all powerful. But if he can't, then once again he's not all powerful, because he can't create everything, and like, so. The Matrix, I feel it ends up creating a paradox that ends up falling in on itself, because, like, okay, how is it made? How were we put into it? And then either what created that, or why was it able to create itself? So it falls in on it, just keeps falling backwards on
It
itself. Like,
does. Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it makes
You know
sense to
the
me in the
thing that
movie,
blows my mind?
because there's separate entities that created it. For this, it says, "Oh, we created it." How the fuck did we do that? Like, no one can explain how we created it and now we're running it. Like, no, it makes sense in the movie
Yeah.
because you can see that. But then also, once again, the movie kind of falls in on itself. It's the allegory of the cave. How can you trust what you're seeing and what you're seeing and feeling? Because then, how do they know when they wake up and they're quote unquote, they're out of the matrix? How do they know that that's not still the matrix and another level of it? Like, how is the real world not also
Right,
the?
like
It don't
just
make no sense. It don't make
different
no sense.
levels, right?
Exactly.
You know what I find fascinating is across a lot of these, even like the Matrix theory or a different alien theories or how we became to be, you know, what what seeded or planted or created the human race
Mm-hmm.
is the thought that we are containers.
Mm-hmm.
That just that if you stop and think about that, but like containers of what? And people get hung up on, well, what is the container? My thing is, okay, we're containers. We're like Tupperware to someone. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Like that blows my mind. That our only reason for existing is that we are containers for something that somebody else is using.
There's one episode of Rick and Morty that there's a lot of episodes in Rick and Morty because like a lot of the science in that show is genuine science and genuine theories. They said that all of the science and the whatever of, the multiverse theory, quantum theories, but all those are legitimate science theories. It is all legitimate science. There's no, I mean, yeah, they do it in a tomfoolery way and they like abuse it, make ha-has about it. But every single thing they tackle in an episode is a real fucking thing. It's a real, actual science theory. And so they have this one that blows my mind where it's like to power his car, Rick created a battery that's like a small system, and then they get really, really tiny to go inside of it. And inside of the battery is like a universe of like little people, and they go around and they do this, that, and the other thing. And all the people have these jobs, they have their jobs that do this, that, and the other thing. They run on something, and then they pay. He explains like what society is like. No, they work for each other and pay each other money, keep the society going. And then he starts to realize that's malfunctioning, and then he finds out that his little battery people have now gained enough sentience to then create the same thing, so they don't have to create their own power. He now created his own universe, which is like another like a tiny verse, I think he calls it. Same thing, he goes
Oh,
into it, and it's
wow.
another mini universe where it's like he just keeps creating a society that keeps getting smaller and smaller to then generate the thing at large, which like it blew my mind, and it's so fucking funny because like the main villain in that episode is Stephen Colbert, and he makes a joke to where flipping someone off means peace amongst worlds and like peace be with you kind of thing. So they're just like walking around flipping each other off, and it's funny as fuck. Um, it's mind numbing because if you actually sit there and you get past like the ha-has and the jokes they're doing, it just you can't help but to like stare off in the distance and hear Simon and Garfunkel singing because you're just like, oh my fucking god, like is that all we are? We're just someone's battery in their fucking car. It,
Yeah, I
it is
mean, I
it's
guess
nuts.
maybe.
Yeah. So it's like it just keeps going and going and going, and it's pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah. Or I like the theory that like we are like the virtual like we're in a virtual reality and like things don't render until we're interacting with it. Like okay, for instance, right now I am in a room, right?
Hmm.
My shades are drawn. I can't see outside of these four walls. So therefore like it doesn't exist. When I go out of the door, then like the hallway will render and like I go outside and what I can see with my eyes is all that's being rendered. But other than that,
That is
everything else,
hilariously vague and fraught with holes. Because like yeah, you can't see
right?
outside, but if like a car crashed into the house next door, you're gonna fucking know about it. Something would have to be there.
Right. Right. Yeah, that one always that theory always gets me.
It's cute, but it's like that's like I said, that's just one damning evidence. If something actually does happen where you're not, like, it still happened. Like, well, but you didn't interact with it. It goes, how is it happening out of nowhere? Me not interacting with it. So by your theory, it is just there's emptiness, there's nothing. Well, then there
Yeah.
had to be something to create that noise.
Right.
Juno.
Yeah. No. I think it's just interesting to see like what people sit and ponder and think about and then create, and other people buy into it. I guess it's how
Yeah, like
religions are
90% how
made.
religion. Exactly, it's exactly how religion is made because there is something that is unknown, so people kind of come up with their ideas to try to describe the unknown, and it gives them some form of peace. Which
Yeah.
I get. I understand that you don't need to get so fucking violent about it. Jesus Christ, Christians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crusades, what?
yeah, exactly. Oof. But okay, that's another thing that kind of hurts my brain from time to time. Is the actual construct and the construct and the concept of time, actual time.
Oh, yeah.
This hurts, and I'm gonna do my
Yeah.
best because like my brain's not exactly in the best condition right now, so I'm gonna have to stop myself. But
Okay.
like there was literally the one time I had to actually like stop like thinking about this because I was thinking myself into circles and it was getting bad. Any proof that just time is a man-made thing and is a construct and it's not real and it's bullshit and it's used as a form of control can be seen throughout history and how everyone just kind of accepts it. Everyone is as far back as I can think of and I can remember. Everyone always says the ancient, what was it, the Mayans, right? Or the Aztecs or the
Okay.
Mayans, the calendar that was supposed to end in 2012.
Yeah, the
You're talking
Mayans.
about a civilization that was keeping track of its own people in its own time, and as far as they knew, the fucking jungle was the edge of their civilization. They didn't know about the Romans or the Egyptians, and everybody else had their own way of keeping track of time, right?
Yeah.
It's because of the Romans, because of the Roman Empire, not even the Roman Republic. So not even like ancient Rome. Rome within the last couple of thousand years are the ones who added the months of July and August.
Yeah.
There was originally 10 months. That's why there is what you call it? There is September, October, November, December. Um Everyone knows that Dec or Des, as you will not one, that is 10
Yes.
in Latin. Novi is 9. Octo is 8, and Septi is 7, right? So yeah, so that was 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
Those are the last 4 months. Add 2 more right there in the middle. They figured that their favorite times of the year was right there in the right there in the middle of the year, right there in the summer, and everything will happen, so on and so forth. That's why those are the only 2 months that are back to back the same number of days. Is because the Romans were like, well, we don't want to shoot them each out, so it's after the House of Julii and Augustus Julii. So after Julius Caesar and the first Emperor Augustus. They literally changed the way that time was being measured and counted for in just that area of the world. And then, yes, then they became the Holy
Yeah.
Roman Empire, and then Christians, and they spread their Christianity and all this other shit throughout the world, and blah, blah, blah. And that's why now, I forgot which comedian it was, but he was like, to prove that Christians are the toughest religion and the hardest religion and the worst religion is because what year is it? And someone yells, he goes, serious question, what year is it? He goes, 2000, he goes, 2000 and what? He goes, okay, cool. 2000 and what? Yeah, they said, he goes like, yeah. Anything that, it's like what takes place, the year, everything that happened before year 0. What happened, let's say it was 2016. What happened 2017 years ago? How would you say that? BC. What does BC mean? Before the world measures everything before the birth of their prophet. And then
Right.
in AD, I'll do that after that. Everything, the entire world measures it before the life and after the death of their prophet. They win. Anyhow, but seriously, it just goes to show that is kind of mind numbing. That kind of set the standard because, like, to my knowledge, the rest of the world uses 12 months.
Yeah.
Like, correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong. Australia uses that. Laos uses that. China uses that. Luxembourg uses that. Greenland uses that. So
Yeah. Everyone
they all
just
know
sort
what
of
time of
like,
year. Now, exactly. Now we know that because of the Earth axis and so on and so forth, with the different hemispheres, that like summer is on one. Technically, it's winter in December for us. It's summer in December for like Australia and the other halves of the world and so on and so forth. So that makes sense to me because the opposite sides and stuff and placement of the universe and yada yada all horse shit. but everyone in the world does that. We just changed the way that they can. So what time started traveling different now? Okay, what does that mean? It's now longer. The year should be off then, off of that. So is it really the year 17 whatever the shit, or is it 2026? Daylight
Right.
savings time. Daylight savings time fucks
Oh
with so
man.
much of it. The fact that there's one
Yeah.
state that doesn't do it. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock at this time of the year. Well, it's in Arizona, where Arizona doesn't do that. So wait, do I have to change everything by the 1 hour or the other hour? What do they change their times? How do they not change their
Yeah.
times? Do they have two
Yeah.
clocks? Do they have
Yeah.
two clocks everywhere? Arizona time and everywhere else time? How the fuck did
Well,
what?
and then other countries will
Other countries don't do
observe.
that.
Well, no, they do, but they do it at different times.
Exactly. What the fuck? What kind
I
of tomfoolery
know.
is this shit? It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
France during the French Revolution. I think it was yes, it was before during the French Revolution when they were doing down with the monarchy. They literally and the government, the Jacobins, right? They were the ones who kind of took over everything after they kicked out King Louis and all this other kind of bunch. It doesn't matter. People who killed and
Yeah.
kicked out King Louis, and they were in control of everything. They fucked with everything. They fucked with how time was measured, and this, that, and the other thing. They switched the calendar system. They switched the time. They switched the days. Like all of that. And then Napoleon shows back up and he was like, all right, we're doing away with all that funny, weird time stuff, things like that. We're going back to the regular. How did they just switch that in the middle there and it was just fine and okay? How do you just go back to doing that? How does it not fuck with
Right.
everything else? How was the rest of this is still, believe it or not, considered a time of civilization. It was the 1700s still 1700s 1800s right around that time. So let's face it, we are a civilization. We are a civilized, domesticated people at
Yeah.
that point, complete able of record keeping of times and all this other kind of horse shit. How the fuck did you just do that and like time was all still the same?
I
It
don't know.
hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. It hurts. My brain hurts.
It hurts.
How do we go from Minecraft to this?
Um, I don't know. You asked what type of rabbit holes I go down, and these are the fucking rabbit holes I go down.
Yeah. Yeah. That and I think if we went back to the 10 months, like everything lines up perfectly, right?
We fuck everything up. Like, why can we not just? Why
Yeah.
does
Yeah,
everything have to be
humans are
something?
the
Why
worst.
can't everything be like February every X amount of years? Like, why can't all months just have 28 days? That's 4 weeks. It's perfect. It's nice. It's neat. It's organized.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're like, yeah.
We got enough.
Yeah,
Why does that one
everything,
have that
yeah.
many days and that one? Why do all of them have different? Why is there three different
Because
lengths?
they added the 2 extra months and they fucked everything up.
And they fucked everything up like that one. But at the same time, though, okay, cool. So we need to take one from this. Why do we take one from that one and one from that one? But we didn't take from that one. We took three from that one. Sometimes we took two from that. What the fuck is a leap year? Why? What is the significance of every 4 years there being one more day in February?
If they would just, kind of even them all out, we wouldn't have to deal with leap years.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
I hate it so much. The only thing that burns me more is fucking airports. I swear to God, the only thing that grinds my gears more than shitty white women on Facebook with their jokes is fucking airports.
Yeah, airports are the worst. Oh, oh,
No, we're
oh,
not grinding my
speaking
gears anymore. I'm
of,
already fired up.
no, this is something that I've been thinking about, and like I have so many holes in it, but there's this thing going around where like Costco and Walmart, and I think Kroger is involved in this somehow, but they're going to be going to digital prices on all the shelves will have digital prices, and depending on who is standing in front of that, the price will change.
You got to help me out on that one, Chief, because
Because they're like, with all the apps, and you buy it, they know your buying habits. Like you go to a grocery store with and you buy something with the app, or you scan their little code, to get to get the sale prices, you have to scan the little barcode. they know everything that you buy. So different people, say you always buy, the Kraft ranch dressing, you may pay a different price than somebody that's never bought the Kraft ranch dressing and they're trying to get them to buy the Kraft ranch dressing or some
I hate
shit
it here.
like
I
that.
hate it here. I
But
hate it
like
here.
my
Stop
thing
tracking
is,
me.
okay, right, and it's all about like the tracking and everything they're doing, but here's my thing is like grocery stores, Costco, these different places are usually pretty busy. What are you going to do if two people are standing and looking at the Kraft ranch dressing? Who's going to what's the display going to say? Is it going to be, Janice from, Topeka, Kansas, her price, or is it going to be, Bob who's never bought that dressing? Like whose price is it going to be? Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. People are like freaking out about it and I'm like, yeah, it's just like, oh, leave your phones, get rid of the apps, when you go shopping, don't even take your phone in, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We know that they're tracking us. We know that they're looking at our buying habits and all that. But to all of a sudden start making people pay different prices for the same, like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's fuck. Yeah, nope.
Yeah. So that's a new conspiracy theory that's
I
being
hate it
birthed.
here. Don't do this to me. I hate it here.
Don't do it. Yeah. Okay, here's another thing, just real quick, talking about grind my gears. Can grocery stores just stop fucking with the layouts? I swear, like, I hate it. I hate it. Because like you go into the store, you go like maybe two or three aisles over to the left, you go up halfway and boom, there's, whatever, the Prego that you're going to buy. No,
What's
not
your first problem?
anymore.
Fucking
Now
buying Prego.
it's, well, whatever.
I know. I'm messing. I'm
Just
messing with you.
whatever. But like now it's like the front is in the back and this and the left is in the rear and the right
Oh yeah,
side
it's
is, up somebody's ass and you got to figure it all out like where everything is. And now like products that used to make sense that they would be all in the same place are no longer together. Like stop. Just stop. Stop
yeah.
doing it. Like you don't need to do that. And then now they're like making the aisles closer together. Like my Kroger, like they added, like we have like new like artisanal cheese display or whatever some fuck. And so they've built like this big display or whatever, and now the aisles are closer together, which means absolutely stop meeting people in the middle of the aisle that it's now tinier and having conversations and no one can get by
Oh
these
yeah.
people who are
It's the
just stopping.
fucking
Like
worst.
pretty soon every aisle is going to be just like one person only.
Pretty soon every aisle is just gonna be a fucking bloodbath because if I gotta go to one on a bad fucking day, I swear to God I'm going postal.
Oh my god.
I hate it.
It's like it's almost there it's almost to the point where every aisle is almost like a cart and a half. It's not even like a two cart aisle anymore.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
I hate grocery stores.
Anyway, that's my bitch of the day.
Like I love going. Like I don't mind grocery shopping. I actually kind of like grocery shopping. I'm not gonna lie. I just hate grocery stores and people there. But we're not going down this one rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's why I'm
We're
like
at an
I'm
hour
a
and six
bit.
time, and it's like not happening. Don't get me started on grocery
Yeah,
stores.
yeah, no, no. This is why I buy everything online. It's easier. You don't have to deal with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to go and like hold the can of corn and like make sure that's the can of corn that I want to buy.
It's fucking corn. Buy the same goddamn corn for
Right.
25 years.
Exactly. Hey, do you
Fucking
all
huge.
have your Kroger yet? Is it up and
No,
running?
no, absolutely not. They haven't even broke ground on that shit. It's still all the old buildings out of there.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. But there is one here. I guess there's got to be one in the state because when we had to go, like, we had to go to the other side of the state. It's about halfway between here and Detroit. There's there's like, oh, there's a sign for like a Kroger gas. So it's like there's a Kroger's over there. That means there has to be at least one Kroger around there somewhere. Because why would we have just the Kroger gas
Yeah.
station and not the actual Kroger's?
I'll bring
So
you a jar of Kroger peanut butter.
you have no idea. Whenever we talk about it, I swear, that's what I've always said. It goes like Angie talks this peanut butter up so much. Like that's the one. That is the first thing when we go to look at the Kroger. He goes, everyone kind of goes like, "Oh, we don't have a store. Let's go see what this. Let's go see what that is." It's like I only want their fucking peanut butter. I don't want dick else from them. It's the same.
And you'll
You know,
probably
all the
hate
name
it.
brands are the
You
same everywhere
probably will
else.
hate it.
I'm gonna laugh if I do. I doubt it because it's peanut butter. But
I'm very judgmental on peanut butter.
oh, so am I. I take my peanut butter very, very seriously. Like for the longest time. Oh, the longest time. Talk about OG, triple OG.
I don't like
Skippy,
Jif.
Jif can get fucked. Jif
Yeah,
can
I
get
don't like
fucked.
Jif.
Peter Pan can get fucked. What you call it? Aldi's brand peanut butter can get fucked. Skippy all day. That's what we always had, right?
Skippy,
And
I could do Skippy crunchy.
mm-hmm,
Skippy's okay.
mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, top tier peanut butter is Kroger.
Here's one that actually kind of blew my mind. It's the same price, and also the kind of fun stuff. One, the Skippy Natural, the brown top, the one it's literally just like nuts, salt, and grind them up like that one, right? Very,
Mm-hmm.
very few ingredients. They're good peanut butter, if you will. I think tastes better than that is my favorite peanut butter in the world is Skippy Natural.
Mm. I
100%.
have not. I'll have to try that.
It could be the crunchy form, it could be the whatever form, but just the regular, smooth, Skippy Natural is like I think it tastes drastically different from regular Skippy. I think it tastes drastically better than Skippy. Yeah, it's a natural peanut butter. There's less of the, so yeah, you gotta stir it up that little bit every now and then. But I have no problem with just stirring the peanut butter up anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So goddamn good. Oh, let's have a peanut butter sandwich after this.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey everyone, if you've listened to this fucking ramble session for this long, we need to tell you we now have Halloween merch. It is
Spoken
launched.
merch.
I'm happy. Like, come on, you need a T-shirt or a sweatshirt that has fucking Medusa on it. A Medusa with a goose head
Snakes and
instead of
gooses.
snakes. You have to have this. So we have some cute designs. I'm really proud of them, and they're available. If you're a member
Yes,
of our
ow.
Discord, if you're a member of our Discord, which you should be, there's a special discount code for just our Discord members. So join if you want to get that discount. And that's about it. That's all I got.
Well, that's my mama.
All right, catch us next week. Bye.
Honk.